What's up?
Hey everybody, welcome.
Hello. Yo, what's up? Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to season
What's
3. Woo, 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 woo. Well, guess who's
that's how we doing it today.
back? That's how we doing it. Woo, woo,
Okay,
woo,
all
woo,
right,
woo.
just in time for the
Guess
Browns game.
who's back?
Yo,
Did
what's
y'all
up?
miss us?
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Well, welcome back,
everybody.
little lady.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Hey. So we are back. If you can hear us out there in the studio, say hello in the comments. Leave a comment. We are back and we're so happy to be
Yeah,
back.
we're back, right?
I missed all of you guys. I miss you guys so much. We have had an amazing summer.
Yes, we
How was
did.
your summer, Hardy?
That's great. I had a birthday, August 28th.
Happy birthday, Hardy.
Yeah, I had a great time.
What's up, Delta Rose? Glad that you are joining us.
What's that? Got a muscle?
That's Delta Rose. Yeah, we
Oh.
strong. We
Oh.
strong up in this piece. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you are back.
Get the little emojis.
We got I think Alabama, right? Delta Roots. I think Delta Roots is from Alabama.
Okay, all right.
What
Alabama.
up? We got Alabama in the hills.
Oh.
So, how was your summer?
I had a good summer. I was really extremely busy with DJing and renting tables and chairs. Sometimes
Mississippi, my bad. Not Alabama.
I was talking, right?
I'm sorry.
That's
my
okay.
bad.
That's okay. But anyway, I was super busy with DJing and chair rental tables and chair rentals, and then I had my birthday and people were just shouting out, calling me, texting me. I just want to thank everybody that called me and texted me my birthday. And what else did we do? What else did I do? That was it. Actually, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah. So me, I just was relaxing. I was spending time with my kids and my family and just really, sometimes you got to decompress and you got to kind of like put everything on pause. Hey, Jamila, Mimosa, lovely Debbie.
What's up, Debbie?
Hey, that's my best friend. Mima, lovely Debbie. All my people's in the building.
Already there.
Yes. So yeah, I didn't really do too much. I just really wanted to take the time to relax and just focus on self.
I know, right?
Regroup as a woman, as a mother, as a daughter. I just needed to decompress. I had like so much going on. I had a really crazy 2023 and a little bit of a crazy 2024. And I just needed time to just find inner peace, in Zen. I got a grandbaby.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
My Zenny Poo.
Wow. Nice.
We missed y'all too, though. For real.
Oh.
I really missed y'all. I so missed y'all. And what I really realized during my time off is how important this is to me.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like just how much I look forward to seeing all of my people on YouTube and Facebook.
Can I say a little secret though, for real?
What's up?
You called me on Monday. You ready, Julius? You ready for Thursday? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. But you called me on Monday. I'm like, look, lady, we got 3 more days before the show. You called me on Monday, but it's just like you said. I did miss a lot of people. I did.
Yeah, I missed y'all. I missed y'all. And so, listen, we got a lot in store for y'all this year. We got a whole lot in store. Yeah. Okay, she ready. She ready. Mimosa ready. Hey, Denise. I missed you so much.
Denise, what's happening?
What's up? Yes, it's very therapeutic to have different discussions and to talk about, just social issues. And so, like, I got some goals for us this year,
Okay.
So one of the things that I really was taking time to do and finding my zen. And we're going to get straight into the topic in a minute, y'all. But one of the things that was really important to me, and I'm going into my notes because I've been taking notes, y'all. One of the things that was really, really important to me this year is just having a goal, a direction of where we going,
Right.
and just having that mindset of how did you get here? You know what I'm saying? And so that's like our theme for this year. Like when we are interviewing people, when we're talking to people, it's like, how did we get here? And what did you learn in the lesson? Everything is about a lesson being learned, about growing, and where are you going now? So, what's up? E Cruz in the building. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. So, today's topic is a juicy one, y'all. So, one of the things I've been doing while I was off is just like cruising Facebook, not making too many comments, but just like getting feedback and hearing the different conversations that people been having around, just life in general. And one of the things that people have really been talking about is, and I think that it's a disconnect that we're having, is just your partners where you feel like you gotta parent your partner, and what comes from that and what that looks like. So that's what we're gonna kind of jump right into and explore today. Now,
a lot to talk about.
One of the things that's crazy about this subject is that it is not gender specific. Like, I think that what I've found in, just looking at things and finding out things and listening to people is that both equally, men and women both feel like they have either felt like they had to parent their partner or they have been parented by their partner, right? And so it shows up different ways for men and women. Men, it might be a little bit more controlling behavior. It may look like they, like a little a dictatorship. He wants you to be a certain way, dress a certain way, controlling all the decisions in the household. And when it comes to women, she is, which I think is a lot of women fall into this, in my opinion.
I'm listening.
Is when it comes to women, she's treating her mate like he's her child.
You want to elaborate on that? Give me an example of that.
Yeah. So like she's like, babe, why did you do that? Did you take that trash out like I told you to? Did you pay that bill like you were supposed to do? Didn't I tell you? Comments like that. I can't leave you on your own to do nothing. You don't never do what you're supposed to do. Kind of.
That's kind of deep.
I mean, this is the conversation that's been happening, and that's how it looks. And so it shows up differently. But if you out there and you're experiencing this, this is like a very toxic. That's a toxic relationship. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a toxic relationship. Somebody who always telling you that everything that you do is wrong, or very judgmental about everything you're doing, these are some of the things that happen,
that goes back to one of our previous shows. One person being more controlling than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We talked about that before. It's kind of comes back again,
Yes. So we're going to talk about, what that looks like in a relationship, when you're experiencing this with a partner. Have you ever been in a relationship where, and for women, I feel like it comes off as like and it's kind of like a real thin line, because a lot of times a woman might feel like she's being nurturing, but in reality, you got to ask yourself, why are you so it's a form of control. Why are you trying to control this man?
Right.
Why are you not giving him room to really make decisions on his own, figure out how he's going to do what he needs to do, and just letting him be that man?
Mhm.
And it brings about a lot of issues and problems when it comes to relationships, would you say?
Absolutely, because then sometimes it can kind of backfire because a man could feel like you're nagging. And that's one of the things
Mhm.
you don't want to feel like you're being nagged by your partner, whether it be male or female. And that's where a lot of things happen. A guy may not want to come home. Conversation is real short. You're just waiting for her to say something negative, and that's just how relationships just become like inflated. You know,
Mhm.
people just don't want to come home, and what's she gonna say when I walk through the door? As soon as I turn the key, I know she gonna say something. So it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling.
And why do you think people fall into these type of behaviors?
I think probably from maybe their past or when how it's growing up in their family. I think sometimes we have these mother and father issues that we haven't dealt with, in
Mm,
our lifetime, and sometimes it goes from that to our relationship, and that's why these relationships are, I hate to say this, kind of failing. You know,
yeah. I feel like it's very widespread right now, and it definitely comes from unresolved trauma. You
absolutely.
know, not dealing with, your parents or not having boundaries for people.
Mhm. And that is so important. Kind of piggyback what you said. You have to have these boundaries because if you don't, people just say anything or do anything, and it's just it's not a good ending. It's not a good ending.
Not at all. Yeah, I just feel like, one of the things that I find is like if you really don't deal with your past traumas and the things that you've experienced in the past in your life, what happens is, and if you don't actually learn the tools that you need to combat that, like through therapy or just really something like most people don't just change,
Hmm.
we tend to fall back into our same behaviors and our same routines, like, and especially for women who have been single moms or who have just been the person that make all the decisions in the relationships. It's very very hard for some women to fall in that place of just letting somebody be equal in the relationship, or if you feel like it comes from a place of feeling like your way is always the right way of doing something, because a lot of times, like men and women, we get in this place where we feel like there's only one way to skin a cat.
Hmm.
Our way of doing things is the best way, and we don't give room to allow somebody else to really have their way. And we fall back into those same patterns over and over again because we
Hmm.
haven't learned the tools that we actually really need in order to react and respond in a different way. And it really do take, really breaking that the pattern and dealing with your past
Hmm.
issues because because when people really want to control people, it comes from a place of wanting to feel safe, you know, in
Hmm.
my opinion.
So I kind of look at like relationship as a chess game.
Hmm.
You have the king, then you have the queen. The
Hmm.
queen is always supposed to protect the king, right? The queen has one of the most powerful piece on the board. So sometimes we have to allow our man to not necessarily mess up, but to make him seem like he did the right thing and without telling him doing the right thing. Sometimes we got
Hmm.
to go through the back door instead of straight ahead. So that's another way of we can cut all that manipulation and things out when it comes to
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I just feel like when communicating with your partner, you have to just get to a place where you allow them to, like, as people, like, even with your kids, right? You don't grow unless you have some trial and error. Like, that's how
Hmm.
you learn. You make mistakes and then you learn from those mistakes.
Hmm.
And sometimes it may just work out, but you'll never know if you always trying to dictate the outcome.
Right, right.
Yep. Yep. Definitely agree with that. And do you feel like most of the time people who act this way, like, so for instance, I want to talk about the person that is being controlled, right? To a
Okay.
certain extent.
Mhm.
Because, like, what do you think allows a person to pick a partner or get in a situation where they're allowing their partner
Mhm.
to control them?
Mm. I think in that sense, sometimes we pick a person that we can control because there's sometimes situations where we can control our partner. So we have to find someone that we can control. And once that person uh, gets the courage and stand up to that person, uh, they want to say, things ain't working out. But as long as they can control that person,
Mhm.
everything's cool. And it's sad, but it's true. It's sad, but it's true. Happens all the time.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times when it comes to the person who is being controlled, I think it's a lot of times like, so I just feel like, and I'm just saying in the dynamics of, I'm a woman, right? So for the
Yes, you
most
are.
part, I'll be
Yeah,
talking.
you are definitely a woman. Make it
So,
make sense.
so I have to talk from the perspective of a woman, right?
Correct.
And so I feel like a lot of times when a man is in a relationship with a woman, um, they tend to pick partners that remind them of the dynamic of their life growing up. So if a
Mm.
man has a very dominating mother
Mhm.
or a mother who was really actively involved in his life to
Mhm.
a certain extent, I'm gonna get to that too, Denise. But if you have a mother who is very act like who's very was very domineering or whatever,
Mhm.
then I think a lot of times what happens is you end up picking a partner
Mm.
that's similar to that. And and then the next thing you're unintentionally or want somebody to lead you
Mm.
and you're not taking the initiative to do things on your own.
I can see that. I can see
Hey,
that.
Eileen.
I can see that. Um,
Yeah. And I think that people fall into those childish behaviors,
even as an adult, right?
even as an adult. We see people all the time who are kind of like emotionally immature.
Yeah.
You know, we have if you have a person who's emotionally immature, they had some type of trauma in their life when they were kids and they never got healed from that. People stop developing in the area that they were wounded in or their
Mhm.
trauma. So like when you see and what that would look like is like, I mean, I remember and I'm gonna just tell y'all a story. I was in this relationship with a person who very successful in my past. This person was very, very successful, very much a businessman, handled his business as far as that. But when it came to his emotions or how he dealt with conflict,
Mhm.
he threw tantrums, like would act like a kid, blame, deny, attack, reverse, act like it was somebody else's fault instead of
Mm.
really never taking accountability. And when I look back on that, that person had a lot of childhood traumas that they never dealt with. And when you don't deal with those type of things, and it's so easy to fall back into the behaviors that are natural to you.
That's right.
Most of the time people don't change. Even if you change for a little bit, most of the time people fall back into the patterns that they're
Mhm.
used to,
That's true. That's true.
And you know, I mean, this person they had a lot of emotional trauma and it didn't show up in how they handled their business or how they took care of their responsibilities, but it definitely showed up in their emotional immaturity and their inability to talk things out as an adult.
Yeah, I want to go back to you. Have mentioned this word accountability. I think
Mhm.
that's so important. We got to hold our partners or person that we're seeing. We have to hold them accountable. We can't always give them a pass because if you don't hold them accountable, they will continue to do the same thing over and over again and say, "Well, you didn't say anything when I did that, so I figure it's okay." So it's not okay. We can't allow people to just do whatever they want to and just hold people accountable for their actions.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we got
Like,
to.
outside of our relationships at our job, they hold us accountable. At
Mhm.
this should be no different. Our job or where our parents always held us accountable. I know my parents did, and so it's important that we hold our spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend accountable.
And a lot of people don't like to be held accountable.
Yeah, I know.
Or they never learn that accountability does not mean judgment.
Mm.
Because there's a difference between being accountable and judgment. It's a very big difference. And
Is there a thin line or is it a great big line? What do
I
you think?
think that I think that accountability is taking control of your own actions.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
something that comes from a place of being self-aware. It's not so much a person telling you like you need to take accountability because that can come be off-putting and
Yeah.
come off as judgmental. But when you take, I think that a healthy dynamic is when both people can take accountability for themselves. You don't have to and self-examine. You don't have to look for your partner to tell you, well, you need to take accountability. But they do that naturally, organically on their own.
Mm,
And that comes from a place of being emotionally mature.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Okay. So, Delta Roots, you need to call in so you can ask your questions.
Excuse me.
And if you guys want to call in, we are taking calls 216-245-3380. Feel free to call in. Yep. And when you call in, make sure you tell your age and where you're calling from. But if you want to call in, you can. Um, so I thought that Denise made a very valid point. She said, I tried letting my ex take the lead, but he wasn't a good leader.
Ooh, I,
And I think that we
I got.
hear
I want her to. I wonder if she could call in because I got a couple questions for her.
Denise, you should
Yeah,
call in if
I
you
got.
can, Denise.
Yeah, you can't
But
be.
because I hear a lot of people, women say, like,
Yeah.
that their man wasn't good leaders. It's something that a lot of women have discussed and have felt at a time or another being in a
Mhm.
relationship. But I say, as women, we have to ask ourselves, why are we so invested in the outcome? Like sometimes I feel like as women, we're too invested in the outcome being the way that we foresee it to be.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And instead of just letting things naturally happen. Because like I said before, you learn from mistakes.
Uh,
That's the only way that you learn. And so I'm not talking about detrimental stuff, but I'm saying like, you know, if y'all got to hang up a TV and he's trying to figure out how to, let's say, hang a TV on the wall and he got to put the, what you call it?
YouTube.
I mean, whatever it may be, or fixing the garbage disposal or something, and he's watching it on the YouTube. You're like, no, you can't do it this way. You got to let me do it. You ain't, no, just let him figure it out. Just walk away, let him figure it out for himself, even if it take him longer to do it.
See, for me, I'm calling somebody. Hey, I need you
or
to hang the
even
TV.
that, or
I'm
even
not. I'm
that.
not fixing
Because
jack.
some women be like, he ain't handy. He had to call
Yeah.
AAA. He couldn't change my tire. I mean,
That's
some women feel that way,
yeah.
you know?
And then then they see one thing about women. They talk bad about their spouse in front of their girlfriends and
Mhm.
friends, and then when they see him, oh, that's that dude that wouldn't get up and change the tire and all this, and that's not cool. And that's where I think the breakdown messes up, where we talk to other people about our relationship, and people draw their own opinion, and which is not good. It's not good.
Yeah, it's not. It's not good.
Then they come back and say, Julius, you know what? I messed up. We could probably be further along if I just didn't tell my friends about our relationship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that, and that's a form of, I think that, a lot of times friends can cause problems
But
and
you know what?
issues when it comes in relationships.
I ain't
as
trying to
well.
rant and rave or anything right now, but it's kind of hit me a little spot because what happens is they don't go and tell her about their problems because every relationship has their own problems, but they don't tell you about it. But they still listen to
That's
yours,
true.
you know. And so it's crazy to me.
So Delta Roots stated, question ladies, when y'all speak of a man not leading you properly, what are you guys, what's your guys' definition of a leader? That's a good question. For me, the definition of a good leader is someone who definitely just holds his own as a man. Like he can make decisions for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like, and has to be sure of who he is as a man. And is whether the decision is a good or a bad one, he just leads. Like, I think that if I have a direction, I have a path for us to go. I know what I want from our relationship. Let me see. And it definitely depends on the
Oh,
relationship.
somebody said they're trying to call in.
Okay, the phone number to call in, let's see, is 216-245-3380. We don't have a missed call. It's 216-245-3380. Do you have a number we can call them?
Oh, y'all have a number?
So we'll call you. What's the number? Just show it to me.
Okay.
You don't want to put it all out there in the streets. We gonna call you. And put in the chat if y'all having a hard time calling in. We're calling. Who is this?
I don't have a name.
Hello.
Hello, you're live on Juicy Talk.
This is Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Hey,
How
Denise,
are
how
you,
are you?
Denise? Is this Miss Parker, my friend?
Hi, I'm good.
That's good. Okay.
I'm good.
So, first question I want to ask you. Well, Julius wanted to ask you a question, but he has some questions about what you said. And you stated, I tried letting my ex take the lead, but he wasn't a good leader.
I just want you kind of like.
I'm feeling like I'm getting an echo. I'm feeling like I'm behind.
Oh, you're not behind. We can hear you. But if it's an echo, you might need to mute wherever you are watching us through. Did you mute it?
Hello?
Hello. Ba, 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 ba. Denise. You don't need to mute us on the phone. You need to mute wherever you're watching from. She's still on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on. Denise, call back if you can.
Where my fellas at in the chat?
Yeah,
where
where
the
the
fellas at?
fellas at?
Come on, where the
Yeah.
fellas at?
Being trustworthy is definitely very important in a relationship. And I feel like that goes both ways. Men need to be able to trust too.
Yeah.
Yes. Denise, you gotta cut Facebook or YouTube off while you are talking. You gotta take that off because that's gonna get feedback.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's like a variant. And Denise, if you can call back. But yeah, I think that that's being a trustworthy person is very, very important. You want somebody who's trustworthy. But what does a good leader look like?
Hmm.
What does a good leader look like in a man? What do you think? I mean, from a man's perspective, what is a good leader in a man?
I think it's just it's not a controlling type person. It's open minded. See, I'm an open minded type person. I I don't mind running things through that particular person if I'm going out with her or seeing her.
Mhm.
Say, hey, what do you think about this? Because I don't have all the answers, or you know, I just I, I just try to uh, how can I say it? Make my partner part of whatever I got going on in my life.
Yeah.
Because every day we go through stuff, like the job, and I have, oh my goodness, we got to do it. Woo! Just
Yeah.
you got to woosah with some of the stuff that goes on in life. That this weekend, a couple weekends ago, I had some issues with people not making payments and had to wait on the payments.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy, but goes with the territory.
And I think that we all, and just as humans, life can be very stressful overall when it comes to relationships. But what does a leader look like, though? Tell me. I need a man to call in. Tell me what y'all think a leader
Where my
looks like.
fellas at? Where my fellas at?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, somebody need to see the number. The number is 216-245-3380. Yes, yes, yes. Lovely Debbie, are you calling in, boo? Yeah, so I just feel like, we got to break these emotional, immature cycles. You know what I'm saying? Like these toxic cycles that we have. And I just feel like, you can't be kidding your man. All right, we got somebody calling in. Hello. Can
Hey
you
y'all, miss y'all. Glad to see y'all back. Congrats on second, third. What year is
season
this?
Season 3.
3? Woo, woo,
Let's
woo, 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 woo.
go! Knock
Let's
it
go. Let's
down,
go.
dog.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey,
2024.
hey, hey, hey.
Okay.
Bang,
Yeah,
bang, bang.
I'm here for it. I always forget. Hardy, hey Hardy, how you doing?
What's up, young lady? How are you?
Hanging
Okay.
in there, I'm ready to get the debate on with you.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay.
You didn't
So
start
what
already.
is it?
But I do agree with the majority of stuff that y'all are saying, which
Oh,
is a lot of good points from the male and female side. I do believe um, a lot of time as women that we are in a controlling and
Denise,
nagging.
We gonna call you back after we finish talking to lovely Debbie. Go ahead. I'm listening,
go
Debbie.
ahead. Go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah, we do that. And I think now, because just seeing on all of the social media apps, women are becoming more aware of these type of interactions with our mates. You know, I believe a lot of it has to do with what both of you were saying. Um, Michelle hit on the like mothering, like over, like treating them, like your son. Like, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to do that. And you have to realize that's a grown adult. And then on the other side, where Hardy, you were saying that, I forgot, you're a man. I want to say a bitch. No, I'm joking. I'm thinking, when I look back he made sure there was food in the house. He made sure that, you know, the outside of the house was taken care of, and my mother was primarily doing the internal stuff in the house. But I also saw the dynamics of her losing her sense of self, and then my father had all the main control. Bringing it current with my marriage, I see a lot of communication things. You know, I'm learning even now to let my husband take that lead and be more respectful and communicate more, because I can, honestly, I know I do. I can come off as nagging, and I have to respect the fact that if I'm going through all type of moods and phases, I have to be open to him having, you know, ups and downs, moods, instead of it just nag to try to see what's the other side. So I agree with what both of y'all are saying, and this is a good conversation, and I'll be tuning in for the rest of this.
Do you think, I just got a quick question for you. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Do you think that part of the problem, like, or since you saw your mom be dominated by your father, that it made you more, I hate the word aggressive, but I don't know another term to think of off the top of my head, but made you more aggressive to get your appointment, or more, felt like you needed to be more forceful to get your point across when it comes to your relationship?
100%.
Okay.
I would say a lot of it came because my father had so much control. It was the time when he came from work. We all had to say good evening, Dad. It was DA, like Dad. We would say Dad. We wouldn't eat until my father got home from work, and then everybody would eat once he got home from work. And if we saw him in the morning, good morning, Dad. And and he was a preacher, so it was like military in there. You didn't play when it came, to my father. It made me, when I got 18, want to rebel, because I felt like the voice of the females were not heard. So our role was to do the laundry, the dishes, the sweeping, the mopping, even taking care of my brothers. But as I got older, the relationship between me and my father, it's kind of like we bump heads even now. Like, he's 83, and it's funny because I'm like, take care of what you do more. But I'm respectful, and I would never disrespect him. But it's like I'm still talking to him and let him know that I now am 52. I'm a grown woman, and that spilled into my marriage. It made me want to be the assertive one, the strong one, the aggressive one, and I had to learn that I'm with a man that's not going to he going to push back. He's a Capricorn, I'm a Leo, and when we were younger, it led to, more wild, chaotic stuff. Now that we're older, I'm understanding more. I'm taking more accountability. I'm seeing that some of my actions, some of my words can cause situations. So I'm meditating more, I'm praying more, I'm pulling back more, and trying to keep it fair. Not that he's innocent, not that I'm guilty, but that we're both human and we're prone to have error and mistakes, and be grown enough to take accountability, acknowledge that, so we can grow from particular situations. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. So Michelle, yes, that's what I was. That exposure caused me to be a little bit more.
I thank you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for giving us that. We appreciate you so much. And we're going to get somebody else. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
y'all.
Love
Good to
you.
see y'all. Miss y'all. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Thank you.
Okay. Can y'all hear us out there? So
You want to call back the other caller?
I'm gonna call back the other
Yeah,
caller.
real quick.
At first, I'm gonna call back because let me see. It was different times back then. Definitely
Mhm.
that old school way of being. Definitely. So Denise, if you want to call back in, you can call back in. We are taking calls. I'm going to put it back out there. 216-245-3380.
But I just kind of piggyback about what the caller said about how we used to eat. We would wait until my father got home, and he was the first one to eat, and I kind of miss those days.
You know what? I don't have a
Sitting at-
problem with the old school way of
Yeah,
doing things. I think that it brought a certain amount of balance, and I think that it was very good for the children to understand like respect and a pecking order. Like I think that a lot of times and a lot of the issues that we are dealing with when it comes to our kids is because they don't have that level of respect. Hello, hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk. Denise, you on live?
Hey, Denise.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you well. Make sure you mute your YouTube or Facebook.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
here.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, it just seemed like I'm hearing two different conversations.
that's because you have to mute your Facebook or your YouTube while you're on the phone.
One of the two. Just mute them.
However you're watching us, you want to mute that. Hello?
Denise.
All right. Did you mute your phone, Denise?
She muted everything but her phone.
Okay, we're going to try it again.
Okay.
We're going to try it again a little later. And we're going to call the other caller back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? This is Drew.
What's up, Delta Ruse, all the way from Mississippi?
What's up, Mississippi in the building? How you doing, sir?
About the conversation y'all had earlier about leadership with a man. I had a question for as the women. Uh, what's considered leadership? And I think you answered that pretty well. But in my opinion, leadership as a man is leading by example. Being able to adapt to change.
Absolutely.
When you're wrong, being able to put your pride aside and admit when you're wrong and change and do fine tuning. And also you got to be compassionate and just pretty much don't be a hypocrite. Like you said earlier, hold your own. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, hold your own as a man, make your own decisions. Like with me financially, that's not my challenge. I make sure the bills paid. My strength, I'm very responsible. That's my strength in actuality. My weakness, and I admit this, was the emotional IQ part.
Oh,
You see,
wow.
so a man can have the physical, be masculine, have all the physical aesthetics, pay the bills, do everything right, but emotionally, a lot of times we can not, we don't realize it, but so I guess uh, have a responsible woman or throw temper tantrums. I could agree. I used to do that before, and I had to learn how to be mature. So a woman sometimes look for a man to be mature in that aspect. So every man has different challenges and strength and weaknesses. But mine was the emotional maturity aspect. That was my weakness as a man. But yeah, being a leader, you gotta be able to adapt to change, put your ego aside, lead by example, and just hold your own as a man, make your own decisions. You ain't gotta be babysat. You you do what you have to do. So that's just my opinion about it.
I truly appreciate that transparency.
I
Truly
do.
appreciate that.
I just want to thank you for being transparent, because that's really important. And I thank you that I'm glad that you feel safe enough that on our platform that you can be. I think. What do you think where do you think you said emotional immaturity, or you wasn't emotional, yeah, emotional immaturity, where do you think that came from? And like,
Mm.
could you kind of explain
That's
what
a
that
good
looks
question.
like in a relationship?
That's good.
Uh, I grew up. I was spoiled as a child.
Okay.
You know, I guess I don't know. I was the only child for 10 years, and me and my
Oh,
brother we take us apart. Um, I grew up. I had a mother and father. You know, I had a balance.
okay.
I had a balanced life, but you know, to be honest with you, I'm not a psychologist. I can't pinpoint the root,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but I guess it's more of sometimes. Um, that's a good question, but I have to talk to it like I can't identify the root of where it comes from.
yeah.
You
What?
know,
Mhm.
for
Well, how,
maybe it's go ahead.
I was gonna say, how did it show up for you in a relationship?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. How did you know at that time?
If I don't get what I want, like let's say sex, right? Okay,
Whoa.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
I do
Woo.
passive aggressive things,
Oh,
you know, little silly stuff.
okay. All right.
So that would I had to, you know, now I learned through my failed relationships that you have to, you know, sometimes grow up and just, you know, keep it because she gonna give it to you anyway, but how you act gonna make it worse,
Yeah.
you know. So that
Wow.
was that was what I was doing. You get what I'm saying? But that was one example I can give you.
Damn.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you know what? I feel like oh, he was about to hit this button. What button was you about to hit? This one?
No, the other
No.
one. Oh,
What?
yeah.
Oh, he wanted to hit this button for you. But I was
That
gonna
was deep.
say a lot of times I think that first of all, I just feel like that happens a lot.
It does. I
I
believe
think
that.
it's very common.
Both genders.
Um, yeah, I think that's very common. You know, where um when we don't get our way, we do passive aggressive type
Mm.
behaviors. Men and women, we both do
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
you know. And I just feel like it comes from a place of, do you feel, let me ask you this, do you feel like it comes from not feeling safe to a certain extent in that relationship to be vulnerable,
Um,
or
Now
to
that's an issue because I don't open up. It take me a while to open up. So yeah, you know, like my child's mom, she said I never open up to her emotionally. You know, so I
Mhm.
guess I was being emotionally selfish. Uh, but and that's another thing too because I would see she connect through emotion and communication. I connect physically, or hey, I want a physical touch. So it was the understanding of our, I guess, our relationship for is our language.
Love
So
language. Different love
yeah, love language. So at me, if I'm stressed out, a lot of times I might want to just touch my woman, have sex, do things that or how I cope or how I respond to things, you know, would be different.
that's
You know,
very normal.
language. Yeah,
yeah,
And
that is.
that's very normal. I think that a lot of times, you know, when it comes to relationships, people have different ways that they feel loved or cared for, and you have to learn your partner's love language, what it
So
is
true.
that makes him feel comfort or what it is that makes them feel safe. And I think that what we find in when you have self-awareness and you become, you know, more mature emotionally, you kind of, and you feel safe, because it also, you have to be safe in order to feel safe in your relationship, to be vulnerable in that way, you know.
That's a
And
good
it's not
point.
something that's really talked about or even communicated in our community. Like, we just don't have that. From the time that men are young kids, they're told to be strong, don't show emotions, man up. You know,
Mhm.
we tell our boys that, and then when they don't know how to emotionally engage, we like, what's the problem? But
Mhm.
that is the problem. It's because we've been telling them their whole lives to not show emotion, you
Mhm.
know? And I just think that overall, that's seen a lot in our community, because we don't give that place of being able to
and
understand our
yeah.
emotions, or especially for men not able to deal with their emotions or understand them,
And
because
speaking of that, you know, when a man does open up, or let's say the woman can weaponize his vulnerability against him.
That's
So
true.
if you looking up and his vulnerabilities, and men that we are guarded, and once you break that trust, she'll never get that back again.
Right. It's a wrap.
He'll have that wall again up.
Wrap.
That is so true. That is so true. But even with that, I think that happens a lot too. Where a man may open up to a certain extent emotionally, and that woman may not understand that, because as women, we're taught to deal with our emotions from day one. Like, so we're more versed in understanding our feelings and emotions. So we talk to each other every day about our emotions, our feelings. It's something that we do from the time that we're very young children. So by the time we 30, 40, and we getting into relationships, um, we know how to deal with our emotions, but we don't know how to deal with, and our emotions become complex, but we don't all the time know how to be supportive of a man's emotion, and that how a man shows emotion is very much different than how a woman shows up emotionally.
I think for most men want our significant other just to listen, not always having the right answer for everything, but sometimes just to listen,
Yeah.
because society is so hard on. I'm just gonna keep it 100. This society is so hard on our black men, and the only place that we really can find refuge and peace is our home.
That's true.
Because these streets is crazy out here.
And when your home is not your refuge,
Oh man,
that's a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you a question, Delta Roots. One of the ladies in the chat said men are sensitive when it comes to emotions, which I agree with, but they will crush, hurt, damage a woman's emotions and think nothing of it. What do you think about that?
Can you say it again? Okay.
It said men are sensitive when it comes to emotions, but they will crush, hurt, and damage a woman's emotions and think nothing of it. What do you think about that?
It depends on what type of man,
I agree, man.
because believe it or not, a lot of men, who care. Sometimes men, we might do that, and we might not. We might not know that we hurt that woman. That just because we might come direct, and we might say it like one woman said she like a man to be alpha in the lead. So sometimes men might be direct and say something, and he wants you to understand it, and he got to understand sometimes how you communicate. It's not like you on a job or this is your lady. So sometimes it's not intentional, and sometimes it may be intentional, but sometimes it can be a misunderstanding of how a man come at a woman. Okay, but I can't really answer that question because I'm not.
I think
that's not me.
I think you answered.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Every man is different.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, and because in relationships, relationships are so difficult, and sometimes you have to think back what you said to that person. You have to go back and say, you know what, I probably said something that kind of offended you and hurt you, but I want to do the right thing by apologizing to you.
Accountability.
Yeah, accountability. That's it.
Thank you so much for calling in, Delta Roots. I appreciate you calling
Thank you
in.
so much. Thank you.
All right, gotcha.
And we love you here in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay.
Okay, good to go.
All right, my
All
man.
right.
Be safe.
All right, bro.
Yeah. So I just want to talk on what Eileen said. I do find that some men, not all, and these are usually men who are very toxic and have narcissistic traits. I mean, it's just the truth. It's a thing, and I'm not. Women can be narcissistic too, but I do feel like
That's
hurt
a new
somebody.
Word now.
It's a new word. It's been happening. We just put a name to it.
Is that what it is?
I think so, but I would say like a lot of times when it comes
I think of narcissist, it's to me when I hear somebody say that, but you gotta turn your face all up.
I was just trying to finish what I was saying, but that's okay.
But what I was saying to you, when I hear narcissist, it's a person that don't agree with you saying. And so that when I hear that word, it's just a person cannot have the same opinion. Everything you're not going to agree with that person does not make him a narcissist.
No, I agree with that. What you just said, I agree with. Disagreeing with somebody doesn't make them a narcissist. What makes a person a narcissist is when they intentionally manipulate, control, demean, destroy, cheat, lie to get their own way. That's a narcissist. Someone who never takes accountability, is extremely immature, want things their way, will not always is right. They will demean, dog out, mistreat. That is a narcissist. And it's literally one step before you are a sociopath.
Oh,
So no, it is. It's definitely not demure. Yeah, I mean, that is the difference. And I feel like it's a lot of men who are not narcissists. I mean, everybody probably has some selfish traits
right.
and some narcissistic traits.
Absolutely.
But when it's a narcissist, the way that they deal with stuff is a whole different. You will catch them doing wrong. They will deny it. They will turn around, attack you, reverse it, make themselves the victim, and make you the offender. You know what I'm saying? You catch this fool cheating on you. He do you wrong. He deny it. I wasn't cheating. And why you always accusing me? And you know what? I'm tired of you hurting me this way.
If he's cheating, why
I'm tired of you hurting me this way. Don't nobody need no reason to cheat because
you got to find out. Yes,
listen to me. Don't nobody.
Are you a narcissist right now?
I'm just trying to finish my conversation without being cut off. This the thing, right? It don't even matter.
It do matter. Don't say that.
You cut me off.
Oh, my bad. But
they make narcissist people make it about themselves. Exactly. They are selfish, and people don't need a reason to cheat, right? If you want to cheat, if you want to sleep with 50 women, that is your right. You understand what I'm saying? As a person, the problem is when you deceive somebody to do that. It's women out here that don't care if a man cheat on them and sleep with 50 women. They just want to get their turn. They don't care at all. But all they want is for that man to let them know up front, this is what I'm doing. They don't want to be draped off into something they didn't sign up for. You know?
So
but what happens is, but a narcissist, he wants you to be committed to only him. He don't want you to go out with nobody else. They usually are very charming. They're very charismatic. They get along with everybody. Everybody think they're beautiful. But when it comes to how they attack, how they manipulate, how they don't take accountability, how they want to break down people's personalities. Oh, I can go on and on for days. How they emotionally try to destroy a person, make it seem like it's their fault when they're the ones who are manipulating, doing wrong intentionally. They know what they're doing. They know they cheating, being evil, mean-spirited, lying. They know they doing all of that, but they don't let that woman know. And then they demean her and make her feel like she crazy. And the whole time they doing everything
it's all about
that she
them?
think. The whole time it's all about them. It's all about their needs. They don't give you you don't get to make no decisions. It's about what they want. It's all about them.
You can do a whole show on narcissism.
Yeah, I can.
I know it kind of fires you up a little bit.
No, it's not that it fires me up. I just think that people get upset when you hear that word because society has become more aware of what a narcissist is. And so we're discussing it and we're talking about it more. But the truth of the matter is, it's something that's been going on for a very long time. We just got to the point where we're actually dealing with it and talking about it now, and are aware of it. And this is the thing, one of the things I want to say And this is something that it definitely starts when they're young. And, if you're going to be a narcissist, you're going to be one. Yep, we just come into the light about it. And so, one of the things that I really truly want to say is that, as like, for a long time, people in general were dealing silently with their emotional baggage and issues, right?
Okay.
And now women have become very much, like back in the day, women and men, we both had like a survival mentality. Like, we had to stick together in order to survive, in order to make it. We had to
Right.
lean on each other and depend on each other. Women had to depend on men, whether he was good, bad, or indifferent. You had his babies, you had to stay with him because he was the breadwinner and he was the one making all the money, right? But
Listen,
now,
where you going with this?
I'm
Where,
going. I'm
where you going
about
with
you about
this?
to see. But now, as women, we've become we've working. We're making our own money. We are doing. We are educated. With Black women are the most educated women on the planet. It's more educated Black women now than ever before,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And so now we're looking. We're not in a survival mode anymore. So now we can look at ourselves and the emotional traumas and the different things that we have been through. We're more involved. We start going to therapy. We start getting help with our childhood issues. We start talking about having sister circles and talking about our issues and our hurts and our pains and dealing with our emotional traumas. And now that we've
But
done
their
that,
hurt may not even come from that person, though.
I'm not even talking about the relationship. I'm just talking about inner self work. Women have been doing self work. Let me work on me as a woman. Let me work on myself as a person. And as we have start working on ourselves, that's when we opened up and became, we have evolved. And I think that a lot of times what we're finding is that just everybody, men and women, we both have evolved. And the problem is people don't like that evolvement. Some, like, when you find somebody who has not done the self work, they don't like that. And that's what we're seeing. And that's why people are more aware of narcissistic behavior. Somebody asked you a question.
What's the question?
Hardy, what are your thoughts on the narcissistic behaviors?
I don't. I can't speak on something I don't know about because I'm not a narcissist. I think I'm a pretty decent guy. I don't know anything about this narcissist. I'm not a selfish person.
You're not.
I'm not a selfish person. I'm down with whoever I'm with, and I'm not saying I'm like the perfect person. I mean, I got my faults, but I try to take on the person I'm with, where meaning like I try to get to know that person, not try to throw stuff back in their face after they told me about it. I just try to listen to my partner. So
Yeah, you definitely are not a narcissist. I don't think you have any narcissistic traits that I've seen.
people, but
But
people change me though, and I don't even to cut you off, but sometimes during a relationship, women change me. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I want to be this great boyfriend or significant other. And like you said, we had talked about earlier, people, change out of nowhere. That they're one way one day and all of a sudden, who are you? So I don't know.
I feel like people change in relationships, but when you emotionally aware of who you are as an individual, like, see, me, I am who I am. Anybody that know me, I am going to be the same today, tomorrow, and next week. My constitution is sure. I think that a lot of times, when you in a relationship, you have to be solid before you even get into a relationship. You got to be solid on who you are as an individual and a person. And I think it's a lot of people that use relationships as a way to um, deal with to not deal with themselves. If I focus on this person,
It takes
then
away
I
from
don't
you.
have to then I don't
Mhm.
have to focus on me.
Right,
If I
right.
blame somebody else for the issues, that I have or the issues that's occurring, then I don't have to deal with my own insecurities.
That's true.
Most narcissistic men are extremely insecure. It's like you are meeting the representative, not who they are as an individual person. They are uncomfortable with being themselves. They don't know how to be honest. They haven't been honest with themselves first. So, no, I don't think that you are I don't think you have any narcissistic
I
tendencies
appreciate that.
like as a person. You're not there, and that's why you probably don't get it. But trust and believe there are some of your counterparts
Mm, that may be true.
that are off that chain. Mhm. Okay, lovely Debbie want to know, how does a person change you in your relationship? And somebody said, yes, Hardy, you are solid.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who said that? But anyway, what was
Mm.
the question again? I'm sorry. Kevin.
Somebody said, what did they say? Hardy, what are your, oh no, you answered that. You don't have, oh, it was something else. Ooh, what'd I do?
Mm,
I don't know what I just did, but I just did something. Oh, here we go. Uh, yeah, I don't know. They just saying a lot of stuff. I missed the question. Yeah, definitely people wear masks for sure. Now this is funny. Somebody said, Hardy, if you was a narcissist, you would have walked out the show by now. Facts. Oh,
mm.
if he was a narcissist, he would have flipped over the table and told me to shut the hell up and then start telling me what was wrong with me.
Mm.
No, you the problem, but you ain't like that. You're not like that at all. Nope,
As I
nope,
get
nope.
older, I get a little bit
I mean,
wiser.
listen, we all can be selfish a time or two. Like, just everybody. What up? I don't know what just happened.
You pay your cable? That's good.
He said, did you pay your cable bill?
That's good.
So lovely Debbie asked the question. She
What's
wanted
that?
to know, how did women change you, Hardy?
How did women change me? Good question. I think over the years, I had to take a look at myself. I think sometimes because uh, I'm gonna be again. Once I'm gonna be transparent again. I
Mhm.
mean, I was married for 5 years, but I dated my wife for maybe like 15 years. And at the end of the day, when I got my divorce, I went back to apologize to my wife. Um, that maybe there's some things I could have changed about myself, made me a better husband. And so to this day, she's a good friend of mine, and she'll always be a good friend of mine. And her family likes me, and I like her family. So we still have that connection, but that would never go away. But back to
Narcissist would have never apologized. It would have been her fault forever.
yeah. And back to the question is how women change me. Mm,
It sounds like you changed for the better. Even with the, you know, you getting a divorce or whatever, the fact that you was able to process that,
mhm,
deal with the part that you played in that, and learn from it,
mhm,
and then have the fortitude and the strength to go apologize for and accept the things that you could have possibly did different.
mhm.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's exactly what we talking about.
mm,
You know?
yeah. So
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Mhm. So, yes, indeed. I mean, I think But this was a good first show
Yeah,
back.
it
What
was.
y'all think? Did y'all have fun?
Well, a lot of people participate on with the comments. To me, that's important. Just
Yeah,
just
that make it
important.
fun.
And people calling
We
in.
love when y'all call in.
Yeah, we do.
It makes it a fun show. Yes, yes. So before we end, I just want to say some things that we can do when it comes to relationships. When you find yourself being parented by your partner, or you find yourself being the partner that is doing the parenting, right?
Okay.
I want to talk about, I like to always end on a positive high note. And I want to talk about some of the things that you can do, men and women, to fix things when it comes to, fix it and not fall into that pattern or behavior. Give your partner space to make their own decisions. It's not your job to police them. If
Mhm.
you are the person who is dealing with a partner who is trying to parent you, you have to take charge. You have to speak up. You have to take charge for yourself. You got to state your truth. And you don't have to be nasty in doing that. You can just simply just say, "Hey babe, you know what? The other day when you got upset and you went off, it made me feel
Mhm.
such and such way. And, from here on out, next time when we come into that situation, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, you know? And that's just you taking charge and, and being assertive. How do you break away from breaking away from bossy and controlling behavior? You got to break away from it. You can't allow yourself to be bossed around. And again, that's taking charge. Also, I didn't hit on this, but this is a thing. Siblings can also try to parent their siblings as well and be bossy in their relationships, which is not natural or normal. You have to set boundaries for people. It's important to set boundaries. Also, being self aware, making sure that your constitution as a person is strong, that you are self aware. And if you are a person that is being the controller, be self aware. When you find yourself falling into those patterns of bossing around your partner or feeling the need to tell somebody what to do, self reflect, say, okay, here I am going into these same patterns. What is going on with me that I'm feeling like I need to do that? And if you are a person that's being bossed around, being self aware, am I giving myself the leeway? Am I speaking up? Am I being my most authentic self? Am I allowing myself to be heard and making sure that you do that? So again, that goes with working on a strong sense of self. It's important to have a strong sense of who you are as a person. There's nothing wrong with setting healthy boundaries for anyone in your life. You got to set healthy boundaries for everybody in your life. It is how you keep your peace, which will be a reoccurring theme this season. How are we keeping our peace? Because we need peace. That's why everything is so chaotic. Nobody has any peace anymore. So set healthy boundaries. And this is very big. You gotta unhook yourself from the need of approval of others. A lot of people find themselves in situations where they're being bossed around because they're people pleasers. They want to make everybody happy and they find themselves not being happy. You can't please everybody all the time. You got to first please yourself.
For sure.
Got to unhook. Be cool with who you are as a person. Honor yourself, honor your feelings, work on letting go of being so attached to the outcome. I think that's huge.
That is.
That's huge. Why you got to ask yourself, why am I so caught up in if my partner mops the floor from left to right? You know what I'm saying? Instead of right to left. Why does it bother me so much? What is it that's triggering me about that? Why do I? Because a lot of times people, it comes from a place of not being safe, feeling safe, or having traumas in your past. So I just wanted to get that out of there. Those are sustainable ways that you can make sure that you're being authentic to yourself and having healthy standards and boundaries in your relationships and making sure that you're not codependent. Yeah. And it comes from a place of respect. Respect yourself and respect others.
I was gonna say that too, but I'm glad you touched on that. I think that's one of the biggest things in a relationship. Respect. Because once you start disrespecting your partner, they'll never go back. They'll continue to do it over and over again. You have lost them. You also say, you know what? I'm done with this relationship. Because all it takes is one time. And you let that person get away with that one time, it can continue to be that way.
And can I just be gangster about something real quick?
Absolutely.
It kills it kills the sexual intimacy of a relationship. Like if you are in a relationship and your partner is constantly bossing you around, y'all not gonna have a healthy, intimate relationship. If you gotta kid your man and you gotta treat him like a kid, and you feel like you gotta check behind everything he does, it's gonna kill the intimacy. He's gonna fall into a mom parent relationship. So now that woman, if she feel like she gotta check behind her man, that's why it's so important for men to be men. If that woman feels like she got to check behind that man, guess what? And she's kidding him, that's my term, kidding him, putting him in a kid corner, treating him like he a kid. She's not going to want to be intimate with him.
Yeah,
she's not going to respect him. And it goes vice versa.
And what's going to happen is they're going to look outside the relationship to find somebody who does respect them.
Yes.
And then the next thing you know, what happened, and the thing about it is so crazy. That person may not even look as better than you, but that person is in tune to that person's needs, their desires, their thoughts. They're interested when this person's not happy, and it's not a good look. It's not a look.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
It will kill, and for that man too. So, ladies, if you want to, or men, if you are controlling and bossy, just know that your partner is not gonna want to sleep with you. They're not gonna want to have sex with somebody that's acting like their mom every day. That's weird. And I'm gonna just say one more thing, and then I promise y'all I'm gonna let y'all go. But y'all know what else? This is why I feel like words have power too. A lot of times I hear women referring to their man as daddy, or he be like, "Come here, mama." I always found that to be a little strange for me personally, because it doesn't give. I don't want my man calling me mama. I don't want you thinking about somebody who raised you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that goes back to childhood days, that childhood way of thinking.
Yeah, or I have never called a man daddy. I can't do it.
I have had women call me Poppy.
Poppy is a little bit different because it's like a it's meant as a term of endearment in a different language, in Spanish or whatever. Right. That's Poppy. A little different because they say mommy and poppy, but it's more of like a term of baby or honey. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, what's up, mama? Come here, mama. What's up? Oh, daddy. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like the term zaddy. Because where does Z come from? What does Z stand for? Somebody tell me. Y'all know what the Z stand for in zaddy? I just never liked that. That's just me. And I just feel like words have power. So you have to be mindful of the words that you speak in, because now the next thing you know, yeah, I'm just not doing that either.
You're not calling me daddy?
Jamila, I'm not calling no man. And I find it rather strange. Don't call me mama. I ain't your mama. Yeah, I'm not your mama, and you ain't my
Okay,
daddy.
I know that's
And
right.
I don't want to even. That
That don't
does
even-
not cross.
Bruh, that don't even sound
That,
right.
that does not cross. But that
People that do
goes
that.
with those unresolved. You know, some people look for a daddy figure in their mates.
Mhm.
Some men look for a mama. He wants you to mimic his mama.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. Yeah. Well, my mama wouldn't have did it that way.
Yeah. Or he just
Ooh.
be like, you know, he want to be treated like a baby. He want
But
his thumb in
you
a
know-
blanket.
You know, that's so crazy. You try to try to, um, you try to make your significant other like your mother or your father. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're
And
not talking about Afro Latina community because we understand Poppy and Mommy is different. It's a different settle sentiment to it. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that. We're talking about Daddy. Come here, Mama. And then the next thing he know, he come in the house, Mama, what you cooking, Mama?
Mm.
Come here, Mommy. I don't
Mm-mm.
like that. I
don't
never
want that.
have.
Me neither. I would never do that.
Mm-mm.
Never get that out of
Nope,
me.
it's unnatural.
Never get that out of me.
I get you, Mimosa. I ain't
What she
talking
say?
about that. She
Mimosa.
say, I say Poppy because it's an endearment because I am Afro Latina.
Oh, okay.
I get that. That ain't what I'm talking about. Mommy and Poppy is okay because it has a different sentiment to it.
Mhm.
Mama, Daddy, Zaddy. I'm
Mhm.
cool. I'm cool. Just like I'm like it's the baby boy syndrome for me. Crib, mama, little mama.
Hmm.
Nope.
I don't have it.
No, ain't gonna have it. So great show.
Thank you so much. It was nice.
So what we doing? We about to go hang out.
Hang out.
Yeah, we about to go hang out, celebrate season 3. Woo woo! Clap, clap. If you enjoyed the show, clap. Yes, I have missed you guys. I am so happy to be back. We got some great people coming on. We got some great content. And please, y'all, give me liberty to not be politically correct this year. Can I just be myself? Can I be transparent? I don't want to always be politically correct. I was very, very politically correct last year. I'm giving myself freedom this year to just keep it raw. I want to be raw and uncut this year. I want to say what I really, really be wanting to say, y'all.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna hold you, no holds barred.
Oh, goodness.
I just want to, be authentic.
Okay.
Are you cool with that, Hardy?
Yeah.
I could be real.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I be real. Y'all know I keep it gangster, but
Yeah.
I be wanting some things I be wanting to say. I just be toning it down. I be trying to be nice about it, but sometimes I be wanting to
Just let loose, huh?
let loose.
I know that's right.
What shots fired, babe? Pew pew pew.
Hey, what's up, cuzzo? What's up? That's my cousin. I mean, my nephew.
What's up?
Hey,
What'd he say? What that mean, Willie?
Oh, he said corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what they call you? What's that? I don't know what that is. No, but I just want to be real and say what really be on my my mind. And you know what? I'm going to just be transparent. You know what I'm saying? Transparent about how I feel and just what I got to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Just be transparent.
You think by being too transparent, people start judging you though?
You know what? Everybody gonna judge you anyway.
That's
They gonna
true.
say what they gotta say anyway. All I can do is be my most authentic self.
Yeah,
I'm not here you can't go back to what I was saying about not being able to please everybody.
Right.
You know, if it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
You know, yeah, I kind of agree. Kind of like you know, I have to like I I have to kind of think of when I DJ.
Mhm,
When it comes to pricing, some
mhm.
people are not really happy with my pricing, and all I can do is say, you know what? Maybe I'm not the DJ for you. You know what I'm saying?
That
That's what I just
part.
say to people. Maybe I'm not the DJ for you, but good luck. I wish you the best, and I always tell them at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, that's so true. Hardy is a gentleman.
What's that
He
say?
definitely is a. He don't always let me get my way though.
I know, right?
He
You,
don't, y'all. He really don't.
she's a
He
sweet
let he
person.
let he let me get my way. And you know what's so funny?
What? What's so funny? Here we go. Here we go.
Like our dynamic on the show, like, is a little different, right? But in real life, Hardy is the aggressive one, and I'm the laid back one. On this show, it might look like I'm like in your face, but for real, in real life, Hardy is the one that's
Yeah, you think so?
a little
A
bit.
little bit. I can
Hardy
see
can
that.
be aggressive.
I
Y'all
can
just
see that
don't
a little
know.
bit. I can see that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Hardy be the one. They be thinking I'm all aggressive. I'll be like this. Okay, what you want to do? That's fine. But yeah,
Uh,
so great show.
it
Hardy,
was.
my partner in crime, though, for
Yes,
real,
yes,
y'all.
yeah.
It's my homie.
That's my homie too.
You know, we got something we want to share, but he won't let me bring it up right
I
now.
know, right?
He
Yeah,
told me not yet.
not
We got something very special for y'all in the works, but he won't let me share it right now. Yeah, I'm a Gemini all day, every
I'm
day.
a Virgo
Ain't
though.
Yeah,
Virgo.
my daddy a Virgo.
I know.
My dad birthday was yesterday.
Hey, you did tell me that. Yeah, that's right.
My daddy's birthday was
Oh,
yesterday.
what y'all want to do? We gotta take him.
We went to the Cheesecake Factory.
My
That's his favorite
Yeah,
restaurant.
see, so Virgos think alike.
That's his favorite spot. Out of all the restaurants, he always want to go there. But that's his spot. But I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I'm not like them other chicks that be like, I like it there.
Oh, somebody said Leo.
Oh, Leo. It's all about you, Leo.
Leo.
It's all about you. I love everything about Leos. Yes, indeed. So, great show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Because
You
we look at
guys
it
are
like this.
amazing.
You
Huh?
could be doing something else, but you take the
Yeah.
time out to listen to us. And we
could.
truly
Truly
appreciate it.
am
Appreciate it.
grateful.
Yes.
Truly, truly grateful. And
Yes.
don't take
And
it
tell a friend.
lightly. And tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Share it. Share it.
Share your.
Yes. Share it. Tell a friend.
And then the other thing is we are if you have any subjects that you may like to us first to talk about, drop it in the comments. We'll be more likely.
Yes, hit me up
Yeah.
at juicytalk@gmail.com. Yes, juicytalk@gmail.com. Definitely let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about. Y'all got some extra good stuff y'all want to discuss. Definitely am here for it.
Yeah.
Yep, indeed. Great, great, great. Great show.
For sure.
Love y'all.
Love
We
y'all.
about to be out.
We still going with TikTok, right? Or no?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So we gonna join us on TikTok at Juicy Talk because we're gonna do an after show for about a quick 15 minutes.
Right.
Where we gonna just keep it. That's where we can be a little bit more free and raw. So, and not worry about getting kicked off.
We can say stuff.
We can say what.
Oh.
You could be Hardy. You could be as authentic and as free as you want to.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's good.
I know, right?
But yes, come on over to
TikTok.
Juicy Talk on TikTok. Till next time.
Thank y'all.
Love y'all.
Love
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.